Salutations, I'm Ruby Mattis, and welcome to the last Talkin Cookies of the year, and my final Talkin Cookies episode. It's been a wonderful journey, and I'm definitely feeling a mix of emotions right now. If I had to describe it using a variety of chocolate, I'd say it's pretty bittersweet. We'll be chatting with James Bickom, who is the show's loyal editor, and we may be joined by a few special guests along the way. And later, we will chat with the upcoming crew of the new season of Talkin Cookies. So stay tuned if you want to find out whose capable hands I will be leaving the show in. And without further ado, let's get into my final bite.
Oh, bright ideas and an Oreo cookie. It's a bright idea to dunk it or to crunch it or unscrew.
Today we're sitting down with James Bickom, Hannah Broxmeyer, and Sean McQuillan. It's everyone's second time on the show, so welcome back.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Why?
Yep, appreciate it. Yep.
Okay.
Solid.
Cool. All right, so today we have some extra special cookies courtesy of Tara's Tasty Treats. So let's see what she's prepared for us. All right, would everyone like to pick a, okay.
I want that one.
All right, yep. Okay, thank you, what a gent. Would we like to display them?
Sure.
If you can see.
I'm not gonna lie.
We have some
Mine
custom.
What?
Sean, you had one job. You can't even keep the cookie intact. All right. Well, we have some lovely custom Talkin Cookies custom Talkin cookies for us. Mine says Talkin Cookies in blue text because our thumbnail is blue and white and black. So we have those colors going on here. And my lovely guests here. Hannah also has a Talkin Cookie. Sean, that's how the cookie crumbles. He broke his, but it's just a plain old classic, good old fashioned chocolate chip cookie.
Hooray.
And James has a smart cookie for our smart cookie segments. It's got glasses because it's intelligent.
And because I'm a smart cookie.
James, you're such a smart cookie.
Don't lie to the camera.
All right, would we like to dig into these now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or continue to further break them?
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh, I'm gonna use the
You need
gifted
the
scissors.
emergency scissors.
Oh, I didn't see the scissors.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
well,
so you
I'm-
just use fast. You're
I got it.
got it.
Scissor safety. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, you already got it.
I'm a pro, so.
These are
Mine
fantastic.
broke too.
Oh, you started already?
And that's why you use the
gotta
scissors.
wait.
That is why you use
All right.
I won't eat another
For
one.
the folks that didn't just go ahead and eat their cookies that they also broke, would we like to do a toast?
Okay.
All right. No, you ate yours already.
Fine, I'll do the bag.
Okay. All right, ready? Cheers.
Cheers.
Clink.
Just
Clink.
clink. I didn't hear any glass.
It's cookies. You had to make it the sound effect. For cheers.
Where's your
Cookies
clink?
don't clink, though. I don't know what cookies you're eating. I'm concerned. All right.
Glass cookies.
Glass cookies.
I saw a chocolate chip cookie, and I thought it was chocolate chip. Then I took a bite into it, and I'm like, oh, that's not chocolate chip. But it's actually really good, and probably
It's
better than chocolate
decorated.
chip.
You didn't see the back?
No, I did. I didn't know if it was
That's why
actually
he doesn't have
chocolate
the smart cookie.
chip. Okay.
That's why he doesn't have the smart. Did you
Smiles.
lose your cookie?
I got it.
You got it? All right. What do we think?
They're really good.
Fantastic.
They're amazing.
Amazing.
Extravaganza warriors.
A little
What?
thin,
Yeah.
but
All right.
you ate your whole cookie. You like devoured it. It's like you're a human vacuum or something.
Well, broken in half. Easy to eat,
It broke in half, so you had to eat the whole thing right away.
for sure.
Like, what if
Without
you're like,
pieces.
I mean, when you're eating like a steak, you cut it into pieces. You don't eat it all at the same time just
Okay,
'cause
so
it's
next
like in
time,
pieces.
next time I go home and my mom makes cookies, I'm gonna take a fork and a knife. I'm just gonna slowly like make sure it's not raw or
Well, you
like
take bites
send
at a
it back.
time, though.
Well, obviously,
bite at
I
a
don't.
time.
I don't stab the steak and just like chomp on it.
Okay, all right.
Sounds like you do
Let's
for
New
that.
topic.
Yeah.
gather, rally the troops, herd the cattle, whatever you want. I don't think that second one. All right, so I know you've all been on the show before. You've been asked this question, but I'm going to ask it again because things can change in the span of 1 year. What's your favorite cookie?
You're not gonna like my answer.
Any answer is a good answer in my book. Hannah,
I have two.
two.
It would either be Chewy Chips Ahoy.
Chewy chips.
Chewy Chips, very specific. Or Fondant Toshins.
Good answer. Good answer. All right.
My mother's famous chocolate chip cookies.
Why would I not like that?
I don't know, because I said the same exact thing last year.
That's fine.
I said the same thing.
I don't know. Oh, you did? Oh, okay, so now I feel better.
You're allowed to like what you. It's okay. Things can change. That's okay. But if they don't, that's okay too.
Thank you.
No judgments in the Talkin
you.
Cookies studio.
Thank you. Thank you.
B&B studio. Talkin Cookies.
Well, as we saw, Mano got stuck here the other day, so it is a separate studio.
Oh, I guess. All right,
Yeah.
James, answer.
I'm also gonna be boring and go with the same answer I said last year. My grandmother's chocolate chip cookies, because that's just like a lot of fond memories. Because she lives all the way upstate in Watertown, and every time we go up there, she has them made for us, and it's very nice and sweet how she always does that, you know. And she says it started because my dad made a cake one time, or my dad says that, like one of the two says that. So now she makes cookies like, you know, tradition.
Are
It doesn't
those the
really make
ones
sense, but whatever.
that you make in the tray?
Ooh.
Yeah, the ones in the tray that we just like.
Tray cookies.
Tray cookies.
Mwah.
They're kind of like the way they're made is kind of like a brookie, even though there's no brownie, but like it's that weird like bar kind of cookie.
Yeah, you just put the dough
Yeah.
in the tray as a bar, and then
Yeah.
you just slice them up.
Yep.
You know what the best cookie is? The ones in the skillets, if you ever get that for dessert.
Oh,
Like the big
yes.
cookies in the skillets,
Yes.
they're warm.
I had a
Those you
brownie
cut
like that
into.
once.
Yeah, no, there's the brownies
yeah.
too. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's not talking brownies, it's talking cookies.
Well, it was talking brookies the other day, so you know we're
Oh, was
like,
it?
yeah,
Go back and
yeah.
watch.
Freshman Hallie made some delightful,
Those were-
delightful brookies.
Ooh, shout
Yeah.
I
out
have to try
Hallie.
that after
Who's
this, but
waving
they
to
were
us
really
off
good.
camera? Who's waving to us off
Oh
camera?
yes, hello Hallie.
You're breaking the fourth wall.
Oh yeah, no, stay within
It's
these
chocolate
walls.
cookies. It's already been shattered.
Like Sean's cookie.
Yeah.
All right,
It's just
it's all full circle.
continue.
Alrighty, so enough about cookies. Let's talk about B&B. Alrighty, so I guess, oh my god, where do I start? There's a lot. It's 4 years of stuff. Okay, I guess we can start with the fondest memory question. Fondest memory.
Oh my god.
That's
I
really
Is
remember-
that too much? Should we start off easier?
Can Sean and I like have a joint one and then one each individually?
What's our joint?
Does he
one?
consent to that?
I don't know.
Does he
Our first
agree
project.
to share?
With Ruby.
Oh yeah, our first project.
That's your fondest memory?
Yeah. Do you want to
No,
describe what happened?
I want to say that, and then can we each have an individual one after that?
Do what makes you happy.
Go
It's a
ahead.
free-for-all.
Hey, be yourself, champ. You got it.
So, remember, freshman year, Miss K had this project. It was your first real project editing, called the scavenger hunt, which like she gave you this lesson about all the different kind of camera angles you had to make, and you have to try to get all the camera angles in your video, so you get used to like using different camera angles and using the terminology of all different camera angles.
Yep.
You
I'm saying that way too much now. I'm saying that way too much. I'm so sorry.
Okay, go.
But so what happened was, Sean, Ruby, and I got grouped up because Sean was going to do a group of him, Mano, and Ruby because those are the people that sat near him. But Mano decided to be in a different group. So he went, oh, that kid can join. And I happened to be that kid. So
kid.
lucky me,
That kid.
I joined their project and we had no story. You're supposed to come
No,
up
there
with like
was
something.
a story.
There was a story.
It just didn't make sense. And would
We
you like
made
me
it-
to explain the story?
We made it up on the spot, and we felt, and we just went like, oh, maybe we'll do this with the story, scene by scene, where the story was completely different by the time we finished it from when it began.
Do you want me to explain the story though?
You
Be
can
my
explain the
guest.
story.
It's your show.
And, wait, you can explain the story, and then you can explain what happened on the first camera take.
Okay, so the story was, so Sean was a student in the school, going to his locker, and then James Bickom walks by, trips. Very, very convincing acting, obviously.
Convincing, yeah.
By the
Oscar
way.
level.
Yeah.
Easy. I can't believe I haven't won it yet.
And then I believe Sean gets like knocked out,
Yeah.
and then is in like this dreamscape and wakes up, but it still looks like school, but it's not. And then a dog starts to bark, and that dog is me. You don't see me.
Ruby, you're a dog?
Okay,
Seriously, I did not know this about you.
Disembodied dog barking, and then he's freaking out and running away. And then he goes in, and then for some reason he has the line. He encounters James, and he goes, "Get out the way, Santa!" And I don't know why he was Santa. He didn't look like
Because
Santa.
I was supposed to be concussed.
So you just thought a random kid was Santa? Oh,
Yeah.
and then he tries to go into the auditorium. It's locked, and he's freaking out. And then he comes back to his locker, and none of his books are there. He's like, "Oh my god!" And then, out of the heavens and whatnot, an angel approaches, and the angel is me.
You're talking to an angel. You got that dog in you, you know that?
Entrance. He's like, what are you? And I'm like, I'm an angel. And in order to convey that, I flap my arms. Because that's what angels do. And then he's freaking out or whatever. And then he gets up. And then I'm trying to talk to him, knock some sense into him. And then we do a very convincing fake slap. And that knocks him back into reality. And then I walk back, and I'm a normal student. I'm like, Sean, wake up. Come on, we got a test to get to. No, that's a lie. I walk by. I'm like, you were dreaming, man. And then James walks by and not tripping over Sean this time. And he's like, come on, man, you have a test to do or something. And then Sean's like, internally, obviously he doesn't want to do the test, so then he slams the locker on his head to get back into the dream world.
So now that she explained the story, really briefly, explain what happened on the first take of that story.
All right, so as you guys know, the story starts with Sean at his locker, and I ran into him. Well, the very first take, I walk in a very brisk space normally. I still do to this day. And I pretty much football check Sean over here into his locker. Into his freshman year locker, into his freshman year. It was fun.
Knee met locker, met head. It was fantastic.
But hey, do you know what? It was a great take, and it looked genuine.
Because it was genuine.
It looked genuine. That is literally what happened.
Okay, now let's go back to the
All right.
fondest memories.
Yes, Hannah.
I don't think I can beat that. But one of my favorite memories is a different project with you.
Oh.
When I had to pretend to be hurt in mine too.
Oh.
When,
It's a
when
common
I got
thread.
a ball thrown at me.
Who could have done that?
I wonder who.
Oh boy. Should we give context?
Sure. Do you want to
You
explain
want me?
this?
All right. So basically, we had to come up with. Was it just like commercials?
Yeah, we had to make a commercial, and then
Yes.
we came up with the idea to do protein, Kalish protein.
Greg Polini, who dropped the program after that, was like, name dropping. Are we not allowed to say?
To make Kalish protein,
Fantastic.
he realized that he couldn't achieve anything better than that, so he dropped. That's why he dropped.
Well, no,
just
that's
'cause he
not.
couldn't
Am I
achieve
not
anything
allowed
better.
to say that? Is that like forbidden?
No,
I feel
no.
terrible.
It was so good. It was
Oh,
so
okay.
good.
So
Fantastic.
anyways, Greg, he was like, okay, let's do like protein powder. Like he's an athlete, so he's like, yeah, protein powder or something. So I was like, okay. And our teacher is Miss Kalish, so we were like Kalish protein. Actually, I enlisted James. He made like the graphic for it. It was like a yellow background with like a giant K. It was weird. I don't know.
I did it over a 3-day weekend, by the way, and by the way, I was like on the phone with her constantly over the weekend, and I probably spent a total of like 4 or 5 hours on the graphic.
sorry.
And I was still learning Photoshop at the time. I was the only freshman at the time learning Photoshop.
So
So I meant for the commercials. I did a lot of people's graphics, and I
Solid.
spent more time on her graphic than I spent my own projects.
Solid.
Yay.
You just cared more about Kalish protein.
right.
Oh yeah,
That's
because it's
exactly
better.
what it
It's
was.
better.
Obviously.
It's a better
But-
commercial than TI
So-
Talk.
Hey, give me
It
two
was
for that. Give me two for
something.
that. Solid.
Anyways, so the storyline with Kalish protein. So Hannah, just regular run-of-the-mill, girl, takes some Kalish protein, transforms into my dad.
How are these fond memories?
So the Kalish protein, I don't know if it just transforms you into like a high school science teacher. It's like you literally just become my dad. So that's the storyline. And then, we're like interchanging. It was like the before is like Hannah, and then like trying to lift weights, and then it's like my dad in like the weight room, like, yeah, muscles. And then like we like list off the side effects at the end, and then for some reason at the end, I guess you're back to you. It wore
Yeah.
off. Was it like a demonstration of how weak you were, not on the Kalish protein?
I don't
Because then a
know.
ball comes flying out of the thing, and it was me throwing that ball. Hits Hannah, falls, and then Kalish swoops in and endorses it with like a thumbs up and
And
a
so
goofy
we-
smile. She's like, drink Kalish protein. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun
I don't know
to
what
me.
was running through our minds freshman year,
I have no idea.
but
It was very fun.
that was
project,
very
though.
fun. All right, Sean.
Well, I'm not gonna say any story about a project freshman year.
Oh, changing it up on us.
Whoa. I have a plethora of memories within the program.
Fancy.
Over the. I know,
Plethora.
right? Plethora, fancy word.
You're a smart
Give me two for
cookie.
that. Thank you. Someone believe. See, my mom would agree. Hi, Mom. Anyways, I mean, getting to travel across the country is something you don't really get to do every school year, no matter where you were, even if it was high school, middle school, elementary school, you never really, left the state for anything school related, and getting to experience a once in a lifetime opportunity, competing in a competition where it's something that interests you and you get to do it with people with similar interests and meet new people with similar interests and build connections it's everything a broadcasting kid could have ever asked for that wants to pursue this. So going to STN is probably my most fond memory.
James?
All right, so mine is
we
an
go.
STN story. It is an STN story about how. So I had a group with Tyler Steinberg, Michaela Dalby, Sarah Thalasetti. So I was actually very happy with my group because I don't do voiceovers well, and I had 3 capable people that could do voiceovers. And I also had 3 very skilled and dedicated B&B members. So I was very happy with my team. We did a practice run. We called it the Sal Trotter story, and it won a B&B award. We were in a good spot. But when we got our prompt at STN, it was fish out of water for arts and culture feature. So we didn't really know what to do because we were in an area that we don't know. We have to do arts and culture related thing, and it's something that's out of the normal. So even though it's pretty normal, we went to a farmer's market and tried to act like it wasn't, since Long Beach is a continuing industrializing city. And really in general, that day is one of my favorite memories, but I have 2 specific things that happened on that day. One, we were about to interview this guy who makes a lot of bread. And no, he works for bread. I forget, it's some organic bread company. And we were setting up the interview and everything. I was getting some B-roll shots, shots that we could put over the interview before we shot the interview, but I felt something land on my head. And I, not so smartly, thought it was a fly and went to use my hand to try to, get it off my head. And then when my hand reaches up here and bring it down, I see it's a wasp.
Oh.
I get it off my hand, but unfortunately my finger got stung. And that was my first ever bee sting while I was across the country on a school trip, and my family has a history of bee allergies.
Hey, rest in peace to that bee, by the way.
Did it
It
die?
was a wasp. It was a wasp, but it has
thinking
multiple
of you.
stings.
It died?
We're thinking
No,
of it.
it's a wasp. It has multiple stings.
So then why did he say rest in peace?
Isn't it dead though?
No,
I thought you
it's
said you hit it.
No, I didn't hit it. It was on my hand and I shoot it. I didn't hit it. I got it
Oh,
off.
sorry.
Okay.
Don't rest in peace.
All right.
But anyways, so Ms. Kalish was actually very helpful. She was the teacher with the group. She got me Benadryl just in case, and we put a bandage on it. By the end of the day, it didn't hurt that much, even though it hurt for the rest of the duration of the time we were doing the project. But basically, that's the first half. And then
There's a
when
second
we
half?
finished, there's more that we did that day. But the other one's more general. So basically, we have to be back in the edit room by 3-hour mark to edit for 3 hours. So Tyler Steinberg and I are going to go in the edit room, but the thing is, we have to make sure we eat because when I haven't eaten or when I'm very hungry, I'm not productive at all. I get cranky. I'll admit I'm not the best person to be around when I'm hungry. So we try to get food in my system, of course at the farmer's market, we stop by, we get some burgers. The burgers took almost 20, 30 minutes, and we were thinking we had come from a lot of time.
Solid.
Now we were pretty much rushing to the edit room to get there on time. We ended up getting there with 5 minutes to spare. And then the edit room, we got everything done on time. In the moment, Tyler and I thought, oh, we're getting a nomination. Now, looking back, there were things we could have done better with the package, but I'm proud of the product we were able to produce, especially considering, we were in a different part of the country and everything. So I feel like I ran over that last part a little quickly, but the main part of the story was the bee sting, so I think we're good.
Was
Gorgeous.
the burger good?
Oh, the burger was the best burger I've ever had. It was the best burger I've ever had.
So it was worth it. It was worth it.
Oh, it was 110%
You were
worth
making it seem like it was terrible.
Oh, no,
I
the
was
burger
we
was
waited
fantastic.
20 to 30 minutes for this bogus farmer's market burger thing.
Oh, no, it was
Okay.
fantastic. And by the way, the farmer's market guy, the burger guys were actually very helpful. They even let me go behind the tent and film behind. And I got some really good shots I even used from their tent and from their area, and they let me film around so it was actually that was one of the coolest parts of the trip actually, was that burger place.
Okay.
I wish I could go back there again, but it's all the way in Long Beach, California, so it seems a little bit too far of a trip, just slightly. Too far.
Just a tooch.
Yeah,
Smidge.
I shared
just
about
like a half
that,
hour
and
too
they
far.
shared about California.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
We did 2 freshman year and then 2 senior year, evolution.
Yes.
Not evolution. We didn't. Well, yeah, like.
No, evolution.
Yeah,
Evolution.
okay.
There you go. Have
Yeah.
confidence in that. Yeah, that's a good line. Yeah. Let's go.
Alrighty, well, I heard you guys wanted to flip the script on me and
Yes.
interview me for once.
Yeah, we'll stay on this couch though because I don't know if the three of us can like.
I wouldn't recommend trying
fit
that.
on that couch. So
I mean, two of us could sit on the arms.
we're not getting
My
ideas
arms?
here. You want to start off? Let's go, B guy.
B guy?
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, because the B. I thought you
Get
meant
it?
like B like Bickom, and I was like, since when do you call B guy?
Yeah, that
Bee guy,
do you know what,
burger guy.
There's two things.
It wasn't a bee, it was a wasp.
Yeah, it
but
was
a wasp is a
wasp.
form of a bee.
Well, it's similar, but it's not a bee.
They have different names for a reason.
Go.
Because wasps don't get honey. Oh! Okay. I forgot my question. Hold on. All right.
Tell her.
So,
Okay.
out of all your time in B&B, what is the best interview you've ever done? Because now you're sitting with three people you interviewed, but I'm going to make it so you can't say any of us three, so that you don't have to
okay.
like pick between.
Oh,
because
no,
I
I
know,
don't care.
because
No,
I
I
don't
don't
want to
care.
stress you out today.
Wow,
This
thank
must be
you.
a happy episode, not a pick your favorite between the three of us episode.
If you say Matt Mano who's pointing to himself right now, I'm walking off the set.
No, I will say, Mano, I think he was the first and maybe only reason I ever had to like cut in the middle of an interview because he would not stop talking about time and butter. I just needed him to stop, and he kept going, and I couldn't recover. I'm just like, stop the clock.
That was great.
End this. So Mano, it's just time and butter are not your friends. Leave them be.
So who was it?
Best. What's the criteria for best interview?
Just
Your
the one you love the
favorite.
most.
Yeah. Like
Interview or episode?
Both.
episode, I guess.
Do you want
We'll go
episode?
episode.
Say episode, then say interview. Do both.
I like that.
Like from
Yeah.
like both years?
From
Yeah.
from any year, and it could even be an around campus interview you did, since you did a few of
Around
those.
campus, I did 3 of those.
We're
2
not
of them
talking
my
cookies.
freshman year.
Well, this is the B&B segment, so she could talk about anything B&B.
Anything BMB?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
It could even be a package interview if you want.
There you go.
Oh,
But
okay.
we'll only
That's
talk
too
cookies
many
episode.
options. You said you weren't going to stress me. You lied. Oh my god. That's so
what
hard
I do.
choosing. I'm terrible. I can't even choose a favorite food half the time. And now you want me to choose a favorite. Okay. Can I like cheat and give like multiple
Sure.
answers?
Yeah, sure. That's what I did for
Okay.
the last one.
All right, I guess I'll do different categories. Obviously, the first episode holds a special place in my heart because that was obviously my first time ever, hosting and producing the show. So that was special. Getting to do the episode with my brother obviously was a lot of fun, very near and dear to my heart. Plus, I did also interview one of my closest friends. So obviously, the first episodes of each season were special. Ones that made me, that I really enjoyed. What was it? I think it was. It wasn't saying. It was the open mic night episode this year. Was really fun. I
Nice.
interviewed my friend Ali Alvarez. It was her second time on the show. It's always just a fun time. Obviously, it's easy when it's
Yeah.
someone you're friends with. And then I also interviewed Jake LaFreese and Anthony Chiffo, which was also coughing in the middle of my answer.
I'm sorry.
Wow. No, you're okay.
I was really trying to hold it.
I'd never really interacted with either one of them before, so I was a bit anxious, and I was like trying really hard to make like a good impression. But that ended up also being like a lot of fun. I really enjoyed their company, and I feel like that was a really great episode as well. And Riley made really good like cookie bars, so like for the cookie that might have been the highlight. I'm like trying to cover. I'm gonna end up like calling every episode my favorite. This is an issue.
You can love them all.
I do love them
It's
all.
a good show. You should.
They
Every
each had,
episode
like,
is amazing.
That's my favorite.
really great like aspects to them. I will say decorating cookies was always a fun concept, even if someone, showed up late with store-bought cookies when they cut the whole
Almost
day
did it again.
and had time to, bake, but that's another story. So that was a fun
Shame.
new concept
Oh shit! Don't
that we introduced was the decorating of cookies. Oh my god, I need to stop. I'm gonna
Okay.
start talking about every episode.
So, my question is, do I have a future in art after I decorated cookies last year?
Maybe stick to Photoshop. That was so mean. That was so mean.
Photoshop?
I'm not. No, I
You know what?
reject.
Yeah, good one. No.
No, Sean, you're delightful. Your Cookie Monster was more monster than Cookie.
The answer was supposed to be no to that, so thank you.
Next question.
Well, you asked us, so what is your favorite B&B memory?
No, we just went
What's-
over this. I can't do favorites.
It's fondest also.
Fondest.
Fondest.
I can't do
Or
that.
favorite fondest project, like favorite project you
Fondest
worked
project. Whew. How do I choose? I guess. All right. Maybe I'd have to say poetry out loud. That was really exciting, especially. I worked on every single component of that. I did by myself.
That was really impressive.
And then I went to Bash with you guys for the first time this year, and it won first place, which was crazy. Anyone sitting near me knows that I didn't believe that initially. I literally my first reaction was just to shout "What?" So that was really exciting and rewarding, especially since obviously I had to put so much effort and time into that project. So the fact that that was rewarded felt really good and made me feel really proud.
That package was incredible.
Thank you.
I loved getting to sit next to you and watch you work on it.
Oh my God,
The little
the little
was great.
things.
No, it was
Your
fantastic.
sisters heavily featured
Yes.
that.
That was fun.
The better
No.
Bickom.
That's why it's
Whoa.
No, that was something. That's not.
I agree.
That's
Shorty.
not something.
You're
that
saying
was
I
something-
agree?
higher GPA. Yeah.
Higher GPA.
Are you
Oh my
kidding?
God,
My
This was something
No.
established on a previous Talkin Cookies episode with Adam Barbera.
Yeah.
We had Hannah as a guest, and we had a whole segment about the better Bickom.
Yeah.
That was not me being
There was
Hannah
a
is
segment
just
of who's the better
built
Bickom?
Yeah, there was.
Yes.
So-
And there was a
our
picture of them
sophomore
as
year.
babies in the background.
Yeah, and there
Do
were.
your Talkin Cookies research, man. I mean, come on.
I'll do my.
I gotta
I'll
go
through-
rewatch that.
I'll go through the catalog later.
But yeah, before that's when I still had my Miles of Smiles segment for those of you loyal Talkin Cookies viewers. But yeah, we got my friend Hannah, who is also James's sister, to be the guest. I'm pretty sure it was for a concert episode.
Had to be.
Yeah, because I don't think we had open mic night that year.
No, yeah, this year was the first open mic night in 3 years or something.
Yeah, so it was
Okay.
the concert, and we had a whole thing oh, who's the better Bickom? Obviously, because we have one in broadcasting and one that isn't. So that's what that was about. I was not being rude. Both Bickoms are great.
Swell.
Silence. Okay.
No, I agree. Hannah's accomplished a lot over 4 years,
She's only been around for 4 years.
She's only been around for
No,
4.
over the last 4 years here
Only
at Mepham.
4.
Yeah, but over the last
Not
4 years
about-
here at Mepham, she's
your
done
whole
so
life?
much.
We. It's
You're
alright.
just.
It's alright, bud. We got
No,
it.
but she's done so much and accomplished so much that I have to try to keep up to her. And I'm gonna be honest, the reason why my grades are the way they are is because of her. Because she is so smart and dedicated. I literally started working harder at school just to try to catch up, and and she had over 100 GPA, and I couldn't catch up. But the reason why I had over a 90 GPA, I had 96 or something, was because her being so great made me drive myself to try to be better. So yeah, in that sense, yeah, because she is the better Bickom because she made me work to be better.
Such a good
you know?
brother. Such a
Yeah.
good
That
brother.
got really
Nice.
sentimental.
Good job.
We were just being
Good job.
stupid and talking about cookies and
Someone buy him
segments
dinner.
and
Buy
whatnot.
him
And now
dinner.
it's Hannah
Jeez.
appreciation.
Golly.
Hannah Bickom appreciation. No offense.
Yeah.
That's tough.
We appreciate all of Hannah B's.
Thank you.
There's multiple.
What about
Rob?
Sean M's?
No.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
That's
That's fine.
so mean.
That's fine.
We were doing so well, and now we're back to slander.
I guess.
Sean, you're a lovely artist.
Don't lie.
I will say your illustrations, even if they were not the most artistic, they made me smile. They brought a smile to my face. And sometimes that is more important than creating the next Mona Lisa. So
The
you
next
should feel
Mona Lisa?
proud. It was also great because you tried to make the Italian flag and there was green icing, so you just didn't see
I made
one of the
the
stripes.
Irish flag,
Did I say it?
bro. I can get if you give me a pen and paper right now, I will get really
They
artsy.
both start with I. Forgive me.
I will draw right now if I have a pen and paper.
Well, we don't. This is Talkin Cookies, not writing essays, so
I mean,
that'll
But
have to wait for
it's-
another time.
I'm glad it's talking cookies. Writing essays sounds boring.
Yeah, Sean. I'm sorry, Irish flag. That was not good. They both start with I, and they both have similar colors.
oh, Matt Lano got me a pen and paper. Shout out to that. Okay.
Okay. is on the floor.
Thanks,
Is he
Mano.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Give me a sec. Give me a sec.
Thank you, Mano.
Thank you, Mano. Shout out, my
Are
Mano.
you ripping out the paper? We have
Yeah.
scissors.
You could
What?
just write it in the
We
book.
have scissors.
No, I don't want to write it in the book.
Take the
Okay.
scissors.
What are you doing
good.
exactly? I thought we were having
right.
an interview.
So, let's just move on to
conversation.
the next question while he...
All right.
Oh, wait. This is important, everyone.
Oh, so we're just...
This is B&B Mystery.
Why? Okay.
B&B Mystery.
While he's illustrating, am I allowed, or do I just have to let him have his moment?
Let me cook. Ladies and gentlemen, Ronald the 100th.
This should have been your favorite moment. Oh no, we can't
Can't
see it.
even see it.
Ronald the 100th's been drawn.
Wait.
try putting the book
What
behind
if we
it.
do
Yeah, wait.
this?
Put the book behind it.
Do you want to give context?
Sure, I'll give context. It's happened. It's happened, everyone. I know. Everyone's now standing up over there. High fourth wall.
Oh,
Anyways.
oh my God.
Yeah, Ronald was a creation I started at Miss Kalish's Operation Smile meeting one day. I don't even know what they were called, but they were making like
Shrinky dinks.
what she said. They were making shrinky dinks, and I wanted to draw a dog. And now, obviously, I can't draw, and it's an ongoing joke. If you can, oh, yeah.
Oh, there, you get to see most of it.
Yeah, it's been an ongoing thing, right? And since sophomore year, I've drawn random Ronalds around the B&B studio, or just in school, or like even outside of school, like an Applebee's or something on the kids menu. And yeah, I said before I graduate, I'd get to 100, and 100 would be the final one, period. And here today is Ronald the 100th. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
For those of you that can't see, literally the entire studio is clapping. Like, not even joking.
And thank you. Okay.
All right, so I think it's about time we
You
wrap
sure?
this up with a final question.
Okay.
I'm going to do one and keep it brief. Normally I tag a Y to the back,
Okay.
but I feel like it's more shenanigans will ensue. So I guess if you could sum up your Bellmore-Merrick broadcasting experience in a single word, what would it be?
Unforgettable.
Well, great.
It's not one word. You said two.
No, I know. She
No,
stole
I'm-
mine.
Oh, okay.
It's like a hype.
Come back to me.
That's okay, James.
Extraordinary.
Okay, Sean.
I really want to give the cliche answer and say fearless, but I won't.
If this was the STN theme, you could do it.
The word we, and I'll explain it. B&B taught me the most important lesson ever is that you cannot accomplish anything in life ever by doing it by yourself. And it's never a me, it's always a we. So I'll always stand by that. I'll take that to wherever I go. And yeah, that's the word I describe with this, because everything on any show, any project, whatever it may have been, there was always someone that contributed, even if it was the smallest thing, towards making that such a phenomenal piece of work. So, we.
All right, so we have
Unforgettable.
We.
Extraordinary.
unforgettable. We.
What's yours?
Oh yeah,
mine?
my God.
It's
Yeah.
your
What's
last.
yours?
It's your last.
Don't say cookie. Cookie. Cookie.
Talking. How do I sum it up? That's hard. I did just put this on you guys though. One word to sum up my broadcasting experience. Oh my God, I feel so
Godly.
like put on this one. Godly. Oh boy, that's a big word to put on
Terrific.
something.
Extravagant, glorious.
You know what? I'm gonna say splendiferous.
I knew you were going to say that! Yes!
Oh my God, I feel so predictable. All right, splendiferous.
Unforgettable.
We.
Extraordinary.
All right, that's B&B, folks. If
Yeah.
that's not a convincing pitch, then I don't know what is. So,
I just want to say one last thing real quick. Ruby, congratulations. You made it through 2 years of Talkin Cookies. You have been fantastic.
What is
both of
this?
the
You're
years.
talking so fast. Don't rush it.
Okay, fine. Should I restart?
No, go.
So I'm going to restart because now I'm throwing. Ruby, congratulations on your last Talkin Cookies. You made it through the last interview, even with this chaotic bunch. You've done such a great job. Everything you've done here at B&B. You even won 2 Bash Awards this year. I just want to take this opportunity to congratulate to you and to your audience on a wonderful 2 years. And hoping for Liam to see what Liam and AJ are able to do next year. Congratulations, and we all love you.
We were going to reveal them in the next interview.
I thought this was the second interview.
That's terrific.
Spoiler
Alright.
alert.
Well, surprise, guys. The producer and associate producer, respectively, of Talkin Cookies next year will be Liam Osborne and AJ Laverdiere.
I think it's time for him to go.
Yeah.
So sorry. I thought this was going to be the second.
That's all right.
I
It's all right,
explained
champ.
to you it's going to be Talkin Cookies past and then Talkin Cookies
Yeah.
future.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
We forgive you.
We'll forgive you.
It's,
all right.
it's all
These
good.
interviews were filmed at separate times. So.
Why are you just revealing all of our secrets
Just break
today?
the fourth wall of Bellmore-Merrick Broadcasting at this
All
point.
right.
All right, Ruby, take it away.
Splendid. Alrighty, so everyone watching at home, thank you for putting up with all of that. We appreciate it. That was chaotic, but yes, Liam and AJ will be taking over next year. They're going to be incredible, and obviously we're going to get to talking to them soon. But before we do that, I wanted to thank you all so much for joining me here today. It has been an absolute pleasure, and I am so glad I got the chance to have you all on my show twice. Bunny. You know, I just genuinely appreciate how much love and support you've given to me and my show throughout all these years of broadcasting. It truly means a lot to me, and, you know, I'm so glad I got to have you guys here more than once.
Thank you, Rub.
You're very welcome. But, you know, alas, all things must come to an end, thus
Indeed.
this interview. So thank you all again so much for joining me here. And now we're going to toss things over to the final Smart Cookies question.
Hi, my name is Spencer Sullivan from the Bickom Quiz Bowl team with this month's Smart Cookies question. Since it's Ruby's final episode, we have a Ruby question. The question is, what gemstone was Ruby Mattis born under?
Today I'm joined by Liam Osborne and AJ Laverdiere, who will take over as producer and associate producer of Talkin Cookies. So welcome AJ and welcome back Liam.
Thank you for having me again.
Hello. Hello. Thank you for coming back, and thank you for coming around these parts.
My pleasure.
The first time. Alrighty, so would you like to dig into some cookies?
I would be happy to.
Right. Bon appetit.
I need
Merci beaucoup.
scissors.
Oui.
I broke my
I
cookie.
like this.
I broke my cookie.
Don't worry, you are not the first one.
It isn't.
If it helps, I just like swoop the ribbon off.
Swoop.
You have to say the sound effect.
Is that a real word?
It is now. Would you like assistance with swoopage?
No, I thought
You got it.
My swoopage is going phenomenally.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Swimmingly, if you will.
You want the scissors?
Yes,
Et voila!
Alright.
It's a lot of French.
trust it.
All right. Just digging right in.
I'm hungry.
It's already
It's all
gone.
good.
No, it's not.
Oh, I thought that was the whole.
Imagine. All right. Ready?
Yes.
I
Quite.
have-
All right.
I have a
Do we
third.
clink?
Do we clink? Apparently, it's a clink. I had no clue.
Well,
I
of
have
course.
a
What
third.
else would it be?
Well, I didn't think cookies clinked. Clanked?
course-
Clank?
Clink.
Clink. Clink.
Clink. Did we clink?
All right. We can click. 3, 2, 1. Clink.
Clink.
Yay.
Oh, I thought we were all going to say clink.
I did.
All right.
I said clink. Did
It was slightly delayed from my clink. Maybe I was just ahead. All right. Let's get
were
on
you
with
rushing
the...
or dragging?
Oh, a big bite.
Cookie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good cookie.
It's delightful.
It's a good cookie.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, and these were baked by your mom
My
and
mother.
decorated.
Yes.
Yes, Tara's Tasty Treats.
Yes.
Yes, Tara's Tasty Treats. These are delightful. They look incredible. They taste just as good as they look.
Yes, these are quite
Yeah.
ornate. That's very impressive.
I don't know what that means.
That's fine.
Okay.
It doesn't. It's got a lot of like detail.
Yes, detail and like
Yeah.
decoration and.
Learn something new.
I do this too much.
Yes.
If you knew, this could have been smart cookies for all you knew. Just educating the children, and
I don't have the smart
The
one for a
children.
reason.
people keep saying that. It makes me sad.
No, you're smart.
Alrighty then.
You get the smart one here.
I get the glasses.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, besides these, maybe, what would you say your favorite cookies are?
My favorite cookie in general would be the chocolate chip. I think you just can't ever go wrong.
The chocolate chip.
The.
The
Is
chocolate
it prepared by a certain someone?
No.
Just any
Just
chocolate chip.
In general. Actually, no, my Aunt Trisha makes phenomenal chocolate chip
I feel like we've had
cookies.
so many family members, like moms, grandmas, and aunts, chocolate chip cookies.
Yes, great uncles.
We had a great uncle?
No.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, I was like, oh my god, I'm losing track. All right, AJ?
I like gingerbread.
Gingerbread. I don't know if I've ever gotten that one. Or if I have, it's not common.
Yay.
I like that.
I'm the psychopath that eats gingerbread in like April.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
That's terrible.
Liam.
Well, because
Yes.
it's like a Christmas cookie. Like,
Terrible.
But at the end of the
stereotypically
day,
a Christmas
that's
cookie.
seasonally inappropriate.
My bad.
we forgive all cookie consumption on Talking Cookies. Everything gets a pass,
Very well.
I think, unless there's some kind of like inexcusable cookie out there. I don't know.
Well, I can't think of anything
Snickerdoodle.
that
You
offensive.
don't like Snickers?
I don't like the name.
I get that. I agree with that.
Alrighty, well, enough about cookies. Would you like to talk about B&B?
Certainly.
Alrighty. So, I know this is a tricky question, but if you had to that's weird. Identify your fondest B&B memory, would you be able to share that?
Okay. This is a tough question.
It is. Tough cookie.
I would have to say, definitely from STN, and it would probably, it might have been, you know, when you and I pressed the button, you know, and everyone cheered and haha, yeah,
You stole what I was
we
gonna
love
say.
buttons.
Oh, that was your answer.
You can
well,
say the same thing.
Would you like to give context?
Sure.
And that can be your answer.
Yeah. Context to that was we were in that editing room for 3 hours, and it was very tiring.
It's terrible.
We didn't eat. We were very hungry.
So hungry.
But all of a sudden, around the submission
We
time,
weren't allowed to go to the bathroom.
yeah, they didn't let us go to the bathroom.
For
But
3 hours.
but around the submission time, their Wi-Fi went down. No one was able to submit, and then they had like these little areas that they hooked up like Ethernet cables and whatnot to like, but it was like one by one, and it was like long lines.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
we
it
submitted
was-
like what, 30 minutes, 40 minutes after the submission time.
Yeah, as did like
everyone else.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy.
Gotcha.
But like the button was when we were done, you know, you walk out through this these curtains and then there's a button and you press it and there's smoke everywhere and everyone cheers because they love buttons.
Who doesn't love a good button? Buttons are wonderful.
Buttons are great.
Button.
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 See, buttons are everywhere.
Okay.
Alrighty, so speaking of buttons, kind of, sort of, not really, if you could sum up your B&B experience, B&Button experience, in one word, what would it be?
How is this speaking of buttons?
Well, you see, B&B and button both start with B.
Right.
The button is one word,
So there's a connection.
and so you see B&B, one word, the letter B.
All right. One word. That's very difficult.
I know.
That's very difficult. Like, I think probably insane would be the word I would have to go with. I mean, like from the absolutely bizarre things, or like just unusual experiences, like going to California with school, or just like really weird things that I've done, like make a movie about a superhero that wears a pigeon mask.
Pigeon Girl?
Yes, Pigeon
B&B
Girl.
award-winning short film?
Yes,
Pigeon
that's
Girl 2 out
correct.
now.
That's correct. There was some weird stuff that happened, but it's all been great.
So glad to hear that.
Yeah.
AJ?
I would honestly say the same. It's pretty chaotic, especially like, you know, with some shoots, like it can get pretty chaotic, especially when things just don't want to work.
Yeah, that is unfortunate and chaotic. And is it alright if I spring one last question on you?
Yeah.
Sure.
Alrighty. So I guess, what are you looking forward to the most about producing this show next year?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I think the most interesting or exciting thing about something like that is want to see like what sort of, if any, like sort of new directions could we take the show in, or like what could we do to make the show even better? Draw more viewers in, just make it more exciting. I think there's a lot of potential for things that, of course, that you're already doing a fantastic job with.
Shucks.
And I think that it's only going to get better. So I'm very interested to see how we can do that.
AJ?
Well, I'm the assistant, pretty much. So yeah, it'll still be cool that I get to do things.
Get to eat cookies?
Yeah. But I think it'll be a good experience because, I've never produced before, came anywhere close to it, really. So I think it'd be cool because I get to learn new things. I get to work with one of the best. One
The.
of the best.
Come back
I'm
to
very
the.
honored.
Yes.
All right. Good. Solid answers. Enjoying
Thank
the cookie?
you very much. I am enjoying the cookie, yes. I thought I'd take that opportunity when I wasn't really speaking to just,
I know.
I haven't eaten in a couple hours, just thought,
Oh, I
No,
hope this
No, it's...
nourishes.
Yes.
A good first meal.
Yeah, I know. I think this is the first episode where I've actually continued to eat my cookie throughout the interview. I normally just sit there and hold it and keep talking. So that was an exciting
I sort of
experience.
realized that was what I was doing, so I decided I'm going to not do that because it's a weird thing to just hold.
You tell me now after 2 seasons. Yeah. I'm just so engaged in the talking part, I forget about the cookies.
Well, it's half the show.
I know. Shame on me. Alrighty then. Well, AJ and Liam, it has been an absolute pleasure, but before we conclude things, I think we should head over. I tried to combine them into one word, so sorry. Head over to our final answer, to our final Smart Cookies question of the season.
Smart cookies, the answer.
The answer is Ruby.
Well, I know that I'm leaving my show in some very, very capable hands, and I cannot wait to see what directions you two go in and the paths you decide to follow and just go full speed ahead. So when I check out the show next year, I'm excited to see what you guys are doing with that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I know when I took over the show, I certainly made a lot of changes, a lot of additions, went a lot of new directions. So I hope you guys aren't afraid to do anything of that sort. I take no offense. I think anything you want to do it to the best of your abilities, and it's going to be incredible because we have these shows, and obviously people can't stay here forever. They've got to be inherited and made into their own new things by the new people taking over. So don't be afraid to get wild with it, get creative, do what you think is best. And that's the reason why we have these shows, so they can grow and expand and new people can contribute their new ideas.
I can only hope to carry on your legacy.
Legacy, oh my God, that feels like such a big weight, oh my God. Well, I know you two are going to be phenomenal. I'm really excited. I'm going to make sure I watch all of them, like them. Actually, I can't comment. I don't have an account.
You don't have an account?
I do, but I don't. I don't officially have it. This is besides the point. I was doing so well, and now I'm getting sidetracked. Well, again, very excited to have you two take over. I know the show's going to be left in some very capable and cookie-filled hands. Yes. Alrighty. So
Not cookie-filled.
Not cookie-filled. Cookies or cookieless.
Cookieless.
Anyway, good hands to be in. So, you know, enough about the future. Let's try to conclude in the present. So, you know, to all of the viewers, thank you to everyone who has ever watched the show, whether you're, you know, a continued loyal viewer or you just watched that one episode for the heck of it. Any and all viewing and support has been immensely appreciated, and I just genuinely love that people love this show. You know, I've put a lot of effort into this, and I'm glad whenever I can see it pay off, even just like a random comment from someone in the hallway. You know, I've randomly had people tell me they've seen my show for any reason, and it just feels really good. So I hope you two get some of that as well. If not, I'll just teleport to Bickom and tell you guys you're doing a great job, because you guys deserve it. So
Thank you so much.
of course. Alrighty. Well, I think that about wraps things up for this final episode for me of Talkin Cookies. Cannot wait to see the next phase. But for now, I hope you all watching at home have a splendiferous day. Wishing you all much love and miles of smiles. And you'll just have to wait until next season to see what wonderful things are to come. But again, thank you all so, so much.